I've always lived by one rule out here on the plains. Respect the fence lines, and you'll keep the peace. But apparently, the Golden Mesa Homeowners Association didn't get the memo. I'm Jack Mullins, third-generation rancher in Central Texas. My family's land, nearly 400 acres of grazing pasture and wild oak, is older than the nearest town. We raise cattle, fix our own fence posts, and don't go bothering others who mind their own business. So when a brand new subdivision popped up on the north edge of my property, I figured we'd coexist just fine. That is, until they got ideas. It started with joggers. At first, I'd spot a few suburbanites running across my upper field in neon shorts. Then came the dog walkers. Then kids on bikes, even people hosting little yoga meetups next to my stock pond like it was a public park. I posted signs. Private property, no trespassing. Didn't matter. I called the HOA president, Lana Withers, an overly peppy woman with an overinflated sense of authority. Her response? We just thought your open land could be more community-oriented. I nearly choked. Then came the final straw. One morning, I rode out on my ATV to check the cattle and found a brand new 6-foot metal fence running directly through my pasture. And not just any fence, powder-coated, HOA approved, professionally installed, with concrete posts drilled right into my land. There was even a little sign on it, Golden Mesa Boundary, private HOA property. I couldn't believe it. They hadn't asked, hadn't warned me, just waltzed in and built a permanent structure on my land like they owned the place. Big mistake. What Lana didn't know was that I wasn't just a rancher. I had a degree in civil engineering and more than a passing understanding of land use law. And this fence? It was trespassing, plain and simple. So I got to work. Step 1. I hired a licensed surveyor to map the property lines to the inch. Sure enough, that fence cut 35 feet into my property over a stretch of 200 yards. Step 2. I filed a cease and desist. They ignored it. Step 3. I sued the Golden Mesa HOA for willful encroachment, property damage, and loss of use for my grazing land. And because Texas doesn't play when it comes to private land rights, I added punitive damages for good measure. Lana laughed, until the summons hit her mailbox. When court day came, I rolled up with my lawyer, maps, photos, and expert testimony. Lana brought a binder and some neighborhood volunteers. The judge took one look at the evidence and nearly rolled his eyes. The verdict, crystal clear. The fence had to be removed immediately, at the HOA's expense. They owed me damages for lost pasture use and construction disruption. And because they ignored my cease and desist, I was awarded triple damages for intentional trespass. Total payout, $276,000. To cover it, the HOA had to drain their emergency maintenance fund, cancel upcoming community events, and impose a special assessment on each household. Word spread fast, and suddenly I was every homeowner's favorite person to hate. But guess what? I took part of that payout and donated it to a local veterans group. Another chunk went toward reinforcing my actual fence line, with cameras, motion lights, and steel posts. The cherry on top? I bought the tiny plot of undeveloped land that borders their neighborhood entrance. It's now home to my Jack's Ranch BBQ Shack food trailer, complete with cattle statues, a smoker pit, and a hand-painted sign that says, "Respect the fence line." Lana moved out 2 months later. In Golden Mesa, they haven't so much as looked over my fence since.